हेलो यूट्यूब के मतलब खाना आप देख रहे हैं जर्सी गेमर। इस बार वीडियो देख रहे हैं। इस वीडियो का नाम है वॉइस ऑफ फ्रेडी फाज़बियर डिस्क्राइब्स हिज रोल इन फंको फ्यूजन कॉमिक कॉन 2024। ओके, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं इस वीडियो को।
Joining us right now, we have the voice of Freddy Fazbear reprising his role as the terrifying animatronic in Funko Fusion, Kellingoff, and head of publishing at 1010 Games, Arthur Parsons. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Happy SDCC.
Happy SDCC.
Happy
Yes.
days, yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, yes. So y'all came bearing gifts. Like, could you tell us what this is? I mean, this is awesome. These are exclusive Funko Fusion Funko Pops.
Yeah, so with the game, obviously
Yeah.
the partnership with Funko means they want to make pops that support the game. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it's not a Toys to Life game, just for clarity. But to extend your engagement, characters that are within the game, they are making in pop form, and they are amazing. And as a He-Man fan, I had to bring He-Man and Chase He-Man. In the middle there is the amazing exclusive Scaremare, which was actually, it's now canon, part of like,
Really?
Masters of the Universe. And yeah, it's in the game with Scareglow. It's incredible stuff.
So how many of these are in existence? Because I see they have numbers on them.
Yeah.
We got 999 right there.
I'm trying to wave 1, wave 2. I can't say any more than that.
Okay.
Nearly. But yeah, there's there's some great ones. There's McCready from The Thing. There's the Blair monster from The Thing. There's an amazing Shaun of the Dead. Shaun. There's a Nick Angel from Hot Fuzz. There's some really, really cool pops. And I think pop collectors will love these.
That's what's so cool. Speaking of which, let's talk about the game, because I really want to know, how would you describe Funko Fusion and the story behind the game? Like, how do you create, I guess, a game about an IP that doesn't inherently have a storyline, you know?
Yeah, so the game has 20 plus IP, I'll say, because I don't
Say it,
want to
man.
give away something that we haven't revealed yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's 20 plus IP, and they're we're authentically treated. So Jurassic World, like I say, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Battlestar Galactica, Five Nights at Freddy's. There's so many great IP, but we have a Funko storyline that knits it all together to make the worlds make sense.
Yeah.
Which features Freddy Funko, who's obviously Funko's mascot character.
Yeah.
And then the evil arch nemesis that we created in partnership with Funko, Eddie Funko. We thought about the naming long and hard. Eddie Funko, who it basically is there, I guess, trashing these worlds, and you as a player, and with up to 4 players, you go in and effectively try and right the wrongs, put everything back to normal.
Yeah, right the wrongs. So who are you playing as exactly? Because I saw some of the gameplay. Looked like you could play as Funtime Freddy in the game.
Yep, we have got both Freddy Fazbear,
The original.
also
And Foxy.
Yeah.
Foxy
the pirate.
Yeah.
The original 2, or of the 4.
Yeah, as well as 60 other characters.
Yeah.
So each of the IP has multiple characters.
Yeah.
And the more you unlock, the more you play. So it could be like Masters of the Universe has got He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Teela, and Orko.
Yeah.
You can actually unlock Skeletor as well. And then you go through all the other IP. You've got Nick Angel. You've got Ed and Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. You've got Quint and Brody from Jaws. It's kind of endless. There are so many cool characters.
Yeah.
And they all have their own unique moves, unique weapons. And it's about, I guess, the best thing about this game is what we want is people to celebrate their fandoms, the things they're really passionate about, and play as your favorite characters. Enjoy it with your friends in a game that just is joyful, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Really faithful, joyful, and then full of mash-up Easter eggs.
Yeah. Now, I mean, speaking of fandoms, Kellen, you've been a part of the FNAF fandom since 2016.
8
Voicing
years.
not just Freddy Fazbear, but various characters from
yeah.
FNAF. So I want to know, how does it feel being a part of Funko Fusion, returning in this role as Freddy Fazbear and various other characters?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've gotten to play the original Freddy Fazbear, and I'm so honored to be able to bring my own twist to that. As it is a bit of a cartoony romp, so too are the voices for Freddy and Foxy, a bit more cartoony. They take inspiration from Lego games past.
Yeah.
Freddy is a bit deeper, a bit more gravelly, and since that tends to be Foxy's area usually. I've made him a bit more high-pitched, but he's still got that pirate thing. I think most of the efforts are some variant of Yar.
Yar and yo ho ho.
Yar, yo, ho, yeah, that's right for the laugh, yeah.
I love the way you describe it. Could you give us like a little sampling, a little taste, a little teaser, perhaps?
Am I allowed?
Of course you are, yeah.
Yar, yo, yar, dum 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 dum. And then for Freddy is
Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. So that's really creepy, but that's really awesome at the same time.
Thank you. That's exactly what we're going for.
Exactly.
I want to talk a little bit about that. So because I know there's like stark differences between like Glam Rock Freddy and all the various different Freddys. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, how do you go about finding these voices?
Sure. Well, I have autism, and that makes my method a bit different than others, but a lot of it is based on visuals. If I have a picture of the character, then it's very easy for me to pick out, like if it has a long nose, like Sun. I remember getting Sun and Moon to audition for, and Sun just had this
Wow.
big long nose and this little happy, sunny disposition. So I thought maybe he has a little what's this thing? The sinus, the misaligned sinus kind of thing. He's a happy Squidward kinda, and then Moon is a bit scarier down there. But I also wanted to incorporate my own autism, some traits of that into them to try and give some representation there. Yeah. So Sun is a bit more of what I am now, which is talking too much, and Moon is a bit more of the shy kind of autism, just sort of in the corner and doing his own thing and trying his best to socialize.
No,
so that's what all goes into it. So much. Yeah.
I love that, and I love you speaking about that representation. I know we heard Tom Kenny talk about that about SpongeBob SquarePants recently. That's like I think a few days ago.
Yeah.
At a convention. So that's freaking awesome. I'm glad that you're bringing that to your characters as well.
Yeah, I'm so happy to hear about that.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
I love that clip.
So let's talk about the gameplay now, Arthur. I want to know, could you describe the gameplay? We did see some of the gameplay, I believe, in a recent trailer.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the gameplay.
So the gameplay sort of varies across like all the different IPs. We've tried to be super authentic and super faithful. So it's a third person, I guess, action adventure game. Every character's got melee weapons and range weapons. But like if you're playing something like Shaun of the Dead, it becomes very much like I guess like almost like a zombie survival shooter.
Ooh.
But then something like Five Nights at Freddy's, we've tried to capture, like, I guess, the original game, Scott's original game. But obviously, in that game, you're stuck in the security office. So rather than that, we recreate that magic, but we also let you go around the pizzeria. And then that's obviously where you find some terrifying things and you get scares and everything. But every IP has a little different feel. The Thing is also a little bit of I guess it starts as a jaunt and then gets terrifying. Something like Hot Fuzz is great because it's almost like a action-adventure detective exploration. So everything's got a little bit of a twist, but it's unified in like it's one of those things. How do you distill it? It's easy to pick up and play, fast-paced, sort of like Ratchet and Clank, with a bit of I guess mission-based gameplay like something like Overwatch, with the IP mashup of something like Lego Dimensions. It's kind of like it's its own thing, but feels like very many different things.
That's good.
ये 8 मिनट की वीडियो हो चुकी है अब तक, और ये मेरे ख्याल से अब ये है 3 मिनट की रह गई है, और ये काफ़ी इसमें इंफॉर्मेशन है इस वीडियो में, तो देखते हैं आगे वीडियो.
So it's variety. It's funny that was going to be one of my questions. I was going to ask you, like, how were you able to capture, or did you capture any of that, the essence of FNAF? Like just how brooding it could be at moments, and just like pure horrifying.
Yeah.
And so that's good to know that it's like there's a bit of a variety there.
Yeah, because it's essential in games. We're trying to entertain people. Myself and the team at 1010, some of us used to make the Lego games many moons ago. And obviously since forming 1010 Games, we've been all about this. But we've got so much experience working with third-party IP that we just try and bring out the IP. And we think as fans, what is a fan of The Thing going to want, or a fan of of Xena Warrior Princess. You know, there's so many great IPs.
Yeah.
We have to deliver for those fandoms to make sure that when they buy the game, they're going to love it.
Awesome. Well, my final question is for you, Kellen. I got to ask you
Freddy.
this. It's unrelated to Funko Fusion, but I play Valorant. I'm a huge Valorant fan.
Yeah.
I got to know, how the heck did you find the voice for Wingman? It's just like sounds.
Before I answer that,
Yeah.
What I was looking for earlier was deviated septum. I like realized
Okay.
it as you were talking.
Deviated septum.
Deviated
I
septum.
was gonna say it.
Misaligned
Yeah.
sinus.
I thought
I guess
of it
it's-
later on too.
Yeah.
I'm glad we circled back to that.
So in that vein, the little snot, Wingman, that was so much fun. In the beginning, they just gave us all of the different pets of Gecko, who his big brother is Papa,
Yeah.
and they were just called like Monster 1, Monster 2, Monster 3, and they had very intricate descriptions of how each one wanted to sound. And Wingman, they wanted him to sound like he had a Napoleon complex, like he was just a little rabid Frenchie, little French
Yeah.
bulldog. So a lot of it's like, but then they also wanted that snotty feeling, so there's a lot of inward as well. So it's like he has been one of my favorites, because he is just like, I've always wanted to be a little guy, just a little. Ever since I saw like Morphin Treasure Planet, just a little like gooey mascot, you know?
Yeah. Kellen, thank you for that insight. You really just made my day.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yes, Kellen, Arthur, I want to thank you both so much for telling us a little bit more about Funko Fusion and just honestly just generally geeking out.
Sure.
And bringing me toys. No? Oh, you laughed.
He's
Those
going
are
with
not-
me.
Okay.
I'm the biggest He-Man fan on the planet. But yeah, no, these are, I'm pretty sure they're going to be out and available for people to get soon. As is the game. Like, the game will be coming out September the 13th. so-
Absolutely. It's coming out September the 13th. Stick around for more SDCC right here on IGN.
ये वीडियो काफ़ी और इसमें काफ़ी इन्फॉर्मेशन थी और उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा उन्होंने गेम का रिव्यू दिया है, गेम के बारे में बताया है और ये IGN की वीडियो है और ये काफ़ी अच्छी उन्होंने वीडियो बनाई है। तो मैंने सोचा कि मुझे ये रिएक्शन वीडियो बनानी चाहिए। सो आई होप आपको वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो सब्सक्राइब करें मेरा चैनल द अर्सी गेमर। बाय।